Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Duberg. I'm the Superintendent of Water and Sewer for the City of Hazel Park. I'm here today to explain a few tips on how to conserve water, have your sanitary sewer properly cleaned, and how each individual in the community can participate in protecting the lakes, streams, and rivers of our community. This is a standard residential water meter used in all homes in Hazel Park. The water department bills its residents in units or cons, short for consumption. Each unit is equal to 100 cubic feet or 748 gallons. There are two dials on a water meter. The small dial is used for verification that the meter is working. It can also be used for detecting a leak. The larger dial is for measuring water usage. One method of leak detection is to make sure no one is using water in the home and then watch the smaller dial for movement. If it is moving or spinning slowly, you may have a leak. Residential toilets, the largest leak that you can have in your home. I cannot stress how important it is to make sure that all of your plumbing is in good working operation at all times. A toilet can make your bill 3 to 5 times higher than what your normal bill is. It's very important to make sure your toilet is operating correctly. I have a few tips here for you. The first tip is the water level. All manufacturers of toilets have a mark in the back of the toilet, and that's what the water level is supposed to be. If there is no mark in the back of the toilet for the water level, a good general rule of thumb is that 1 inch below this overflow tube. After checking the water level in your toilet, you take a flashlight and peer down inside this overflow tube to see if there's any water running inside there. That is what we call a silent leak, and that means that this float assembly is bad. If your water level is okay and you don't have water running down in the overflow tube, the next test is to make sure that your flap is working properly. Your flap is hooked to the handle of the toilet. Take any household food coloring. This is an industrial coloring tracing dye. Put a few drops in the back of the tank of the toilet. It only takes a few drops, not a lot. And then raise up the lid of the toilet and watch for a few minutes to see if the coloring dye comes in. If the dye or the food coloring does not come into the toilet, then your flap's working good and your toilet is in good working order. This toilet had an issue a few months ago, and as you can see, this rust stain is very high. At that time, the water was going into the overflow tube. We replaced the inside of this toilet with all new parts. Now the toilet is working properly, and there are no leaks with the flapper. Your home's sanitary sewer lead is an important part of your plumbing. When having backups or sewer problems, it is important to understand the nature of the issue. Are tree roots the problem, or does your line have a break or collapse in it? There is an old myth that tree roots break sewers. This is not true. Tree roots are drawn to the nutrients that are leaking out of your aging sewer line. Older communities like Hazel Park have aging infrastructures that are in need of replacement. Your sewer lead is from when your home was originally built. In that time, unless you've replaced your sewer, it could be as much as 50 to 100 years old. When having your sewer line cleaned out or snaked, a common issue that comes up can be that even though a company has augured or snaked your sewer line, they may not have totally removed the obstruction. This is a common practice with contractors. Once the water goes down in the home, they feel that they have done their job, they get paid, and they leave. The purpose of this video is to help you understand how to encourage your contractor to properly clean your sewer line. This pipe is to represent a recreation of what a sewer line would look like if it was being videoed. The sponge represents the tree roots. The PVC pipe represents your sewer line. This is what you would see if you had your sewer line cameraed by a contractor. It would be similar to this. These would be tree roots. Typically, the city of Hazel Park is called when people are experiencing problems, and they say that they've just had their contractor clean their sewer line. And this is a common issue that we've experienced when we go out to the resident's home and we camera it with our equipment. Tree root obstruction is still in place with a small 1 inch, 1.5 inch diameter hole at the bottom. This is a common issue with homes that are being cleaned. The purpose of this is you go through with a smaller cutter to drain the water out of the home, and then a competent company will put on a larger cutter to continue cutting the roots until you end up with a finished product like this. This is what you should see. You should see your pipe with very few tree roots hanging in it. After you do this, and if you maintain it with some chemical from your local hardware or Home Depot, you will be able to maintain these tree roots and keep them at bay until you can afford to put enough money together to have your sewer line dug up and repaired. The City of Hazel Park is a member of the Clinton River Watershed Council. The watershed is the area of land that drains into a common body of water such as a lake, river, or stream. There are two types of sewers in our community, combined and separated. Combined sewers are sanitary and stormwater together in the same pipe and must go to a wastewater treatment plant before being discharged into a lake, river, or stream. Separated sewers are sewers that take all of the stormwater directly to the streams, rivers, and lakes without treatment. East of the I-75 corridor through the city of Hazel Park, 95% of the city is separated. West of the I-75 corridor is combined. There are 7 simple steps that each individual can participate in to help protect the drinking water for the future of our children. These steps are on the board at City Hall, and they are right here. Handouts are available to the public. By participating in this, we can all help to protect the drinking water for the future of our children. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this information in the video will help. Here are a few links to websites for the City of Hazel Park, SEMCOG, the Southeast Michigan Council of Governments, and the Clinton River Watershed. And there's a lot more information on these websites.